Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea. Welcome to a high-level best of 5 between MaxPax in the bottom left for Storm Gaming and in the top right for Dragon Phoenix we have herO over here. Cheeky little best of 5 between these two fantastic players. The old number 1 versus the new number 1. I don't even know who the new number 1 is now. I don't know if MaxPax is higher on Aligilak or if herO is higher on Aligilak. I just know that these two have been switching back and forth between first and second location in the Pro Tools rankings. When it comes to PvP, it felt that for a very long time MaxPax had the upper hand against herO, but since the latest patch, and especially since the map update, MaxPax isn't as strong as before. His main strength, in my mind, and in the minds of many players, was the 1 gate expansion. And the 1 gate expansion has been nerfed a significant amount. A very significant amount, of course. You know, a weaker super battery. Maps that make it just a lot worse. And I think some innovations in the matchup as well. Like people playing a lot of Adept Stalker against 1 gate expands definitely is good. Like that, it makes life a lot harder for the 1 gate expanding player, constantly having to re-wall with a battery, while still being afraid of the Stalker that is there as well. Stalker doesn't quite, you know, carry that same threat to the main base, and Adept doesn't carry the same threat to the units of the defending Pro Tools player. So yeah, it's a mix of innovations, a little bit of the patch, and then a little bit of the maps as well. You add all of that together, and MaxPax seemingly not so confident anymore in his ex-favorite build. So right now he's playing, but it's still a 1 gate expand of sorts, but it is fairly different, right? We have a Zealot coming out, but no second unit. Actually, the build order is fairly similar, but there's no wall in front. So this is going to play out completely different. Sentry, Stalker. 2 pylons, 3 pylons at home. If I'm MaxPax, I'm feeling pretty darn comfortable against this. If you get a scout on the Nexus, that would be huge. Even if you don't get a scout on the Nexus, that can be pretty huge. Battery gets built here on the low ground. 3rd pylon gets built on the low ground as a Stalker is now on the way. So we have the Stargate finishing up, and we'll shortly start the first Oracle. There we go. Scout actually gets in. Gets to see the Nexus timing, and that is not a late Nexus timing. Probably confirming what MaxPax already suspected, is that this is going to be a standard macro game. In that case, this opener is really darn good for MaxPax, and this is where he shines the most. He is getting a battery in his own main base to defend against any potential threats. The reason why he does that is because he wants to move out on the map with Stalker Zealot. Now, why does he want to move out on the map with Stalker Zealot? For a very simple reason. He wants to move out on the map with Stalker Zealot to force units to go downstairs, to defend the pylon, and that will allow the Oracle to perhaps deal more damage. Twilight Council is being constructed right now for herO as this Stalker gets taken out. Yes, there we go. Double force fields. Good investment out of herO. Is going to clear that. There's nothing in the main base right now though, and this Oracle potentially could deal some damage. 2 Stalkers are going to walk in. Does MaxPax want to risk it? No. Throws down a Revelation. Does not want to take any hull damage. Ooh, but maybe? No. Sees the Twilight Council and responds with a Twilight Council of his own. Still, worker count fairly equal, and blink timing is going to be similar as well. The only thing that is different in this game is the fact that MaxPax has 2 Oracles, so potential for damage, good scouting, and detection already out. And this is a very big deal in Pro Tools versus Pro Tools, is the ability to force units to stay at home, and also to have detection immediately at any point. Skipping the robotics is great. Robotics facilities are just very expensive. You need to get an observer out. It delays your 3rd base often. We see herO skipping his own for a little bit to get a faster 3rd. I think MaxPax is going to end up scouting that. Might even get a kill here on this worker if he wants to. And he does want to. He's going to get it. Sees the 3rd base and will respond in kind. I can only imagine. Yep, there we go. Gets his own 3rd base as well. Still keeps this Oracle in the dead space. This forces at least 2 Stalkers to stay home at all times. Stasis wards are going to be very dangerous still. So despite MaxPax being down in Stalkers, if you subtract the 2 Stalkers that always need to stay home, you're actually at a pretty decent position. It's like 5 Stalkers against 4. There's also 1 Zealot, and with the Defender's advantage, MaxPax is completely okay. Oracles also provide a lot of value into the mid game, into the late game. It's a unit that stays good the entire duration of the game. There's never a situation in which, as a Protoss player, you don't want to have an Oracle. An Oracle is legitimately always good. More Stalkers do get warped in here, so we go up to 4. And we have a Forge as well finishing up here for herO. I'm wondering what MaxPax's plans are, and he's revealing a little bit of it. His Blink's actually going to finish quicker as well than his opponents. But his +1 is going to be slower. No, actually not quicker, but it was very close. We'll count it as quicker. Oh! Yeah, 0.3 seconds or so, that's no difference. Blink's back. Don't think MaxPax can actually do something there. Sentry staying defensively. Main base under attack. One worker. No hull damage. This is the perfect trade, because you're trading energy for probes. You're not losing any real HP. That's fantastic. Oracle's gonna come back home right now, as the third base is finishing up for MaxPax. Very aggressive push-outs. Oracle's just providing a lot of map control here for our Danish Protoss player. We have a rotation of the Oracle moving in towards the natural, taking out 1, maybe 2 workers. No, just 1. At the same time, Oracle goes into the main base. 2 new Stalkers need to be warped in. As another 2, 3, maybe even 4 workers. No, just 3 workers go down. But the Oracle also dies. 53 workers to 53. Dark Shrine on the way, as well as a robotics facility, as MaxPax goes up to 8 gateways here at once and delays his 4th base by a little bit. Robotics facility gets thrown down on top of it, as we have... I'm actually kind of curious what the production looks like here for herO. Okay, we're on 4 gates into a Nexus. So this is the more standard approach. And what MaxPax is doing here is going to allow him to basically just with 1 push get maybe 2 extra warp-ins, but delaying his own 4th base by a little bit. So that's interesting. And we're going to see if it will pay off. It might, and it might completely fall flat. Both things are completely possible. Don't forget the Dark Shrine. Don't think it has quite been spotted yet. Could prove to be fairly annoying for Max. Ooh, big blink forward. Nice control out of MaxPax. Keeps the Oracle at home for potential detection. Prism is on the way. +2 starts faster for herO than it does for the Danish Protoss. 6 Stalkers do get warped in. 4 more gates on the way for herO. Goes up to 8 himself as well. Going to be a little bit behind in units right now. Just a little bit. Phoenix moves in. It's important this gets the Knight. Does not want to get his Dark Shrine spotted. It could have detrimental consequences. Ooh. DT Shrine spotted. DT Shrine absolutely spotted. Blink also spotted here. One of the more obvious animations. Did he start going in 131 supply against 118? I think MaxPax might be in a little bit of trouble. He can't break this at a high pace because there's a battery here. And at the same time, DT start going ham on his side of the map. 5 workers going down immediately. More and more falling. And that puts MaxPax in an all-in position right here, right now. 17 Stalkers against 17. Super battery spinning like it's hot. And yeah, this is not good for MaxPax. Down 16 workers. Down in the upgrade. No Dark Shrine yet, and the one timing he had, it looked like it had some potential, but then the DTs came in and pretty much ruined the potential because he was forced to attack into this immediately. And that's not what you want to do. You want to wait for 2.5, 3 warp-ins or so, and then you go ham after the super battery runs out. But now MaxPax felt forced to attack into the super battery, took a mediocre trade, and at this point I think herO is so far ahead that I don't really see a way for MaxPax to come back into this game unless it's going to be with big disruptor shots. Triple DTs once again moving forward as herO remaining weirdly passive, oddly passive in this game so far. Oh, Revelation does get cast, and I think that might be the end of these DTs. Blink gets used properly. Okay, this is enough to send it as well for herO. He kills like 8, 9 more workers, doesn't he? Teleports out as well. Maybe he can even stay alive here. No, he can't. What's the Stalker count? Stalker count is 20. We also have an Immortal and an Archon here. And of course +2 against +1, which is going to be a massive deal in these fights. Prism needs to stay alive for herO. That is somewhat important. If that doesn't happen, herO could still lose the game. Here we go. Zealot warp in. Super battery gets activated. No reason for herO to engage into the super battery, of course. Can just send a warp in, or a run by of DTs into this natural. Now a blink forward, Immortal in the back, still dishing out damage. 0 kills, but lots of damage has been dealt. These DTs popped in over here. Oracle needs to be sent back home, but we don't even have a revelation available yet. Ooh, almost sniped that observer, or that the robotics facility, which I think would have been the last observer. No, still one somewhere on the map. No, it just popped out. It actually would have been the last one. GG gets called. MaxPax loses the game to a single DT run by as, wow, herO. Solid play there in game number 1. Game 2 is played on the best 1-gate expand map. So both players opening up at least with a low ground wall. But Babylon, I think playing a 2-gate opener here is very close to suicide in PvP. There's just no point to it. At least not that I'm aware of. Absolutely no point. Probe's going a little bit ham. Ooh. herO wants to get a Nexus up, doesn't he? No, he doesn't. Does he? Gets his second guess, so he can't. But I think herO's plan was to get it. He was very late with the chrono here, late with the second pylon as well. Curious what MaxPax's plans are here. Pylon gets constructed. Feels like if herO wanted a Nexus still, could maybe go down and go and construct it. Feels like this probe was a little bit out of position. Yeah, there we go. Cancel both these probes. Cancel the probe, cancel the Zealot. You have a Nexus, my friend. No. herO decides not to do that. I think that would have been worth it, though. Oh, well. Stargate versus Stargate in the early game. Zealot into Adept for MaxPax, as always is the case. Didn't even wait to see the Adept start. I knew it was going to be an Adept. He always gets an Adept in this specific scenario. We see herO actually skipping the gateway unit. Huh. That is very interesting. And both players skipping the warp gate for now. This could be a Phoenix Mirror. In which case I massively favor the Danish player. As I hardly see him lose Phoenix Mirrors. Adept's gonna make his way across the map together with the Zealot. Second Adept gets constructed as well. Wow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is this? Phoenix on the way for player 1. Oracle on the way for player 2. There we go. Zealot is out. The ability to full wall this is available. Is that going to be enough, though? Here comes the full wall. Zealot is here to help out. Second Phoenix on the way right now. herO is aware of the first unit being an Oracle, which is important information, but needs to stay home right now. Otherwise, he's going to be in a little bit of trouble here. Feels forced to basically stick around at this point. Almost feels forced to lift his Adept, probably. This Zealot is going ham. Look at that. Oh, there we go. Lift on the Adept. Don't think it's going to die in time, though. It's going to be a second lift here. Yep, there we go. Zealot also needs to be lifted. And another Adept gets in here right now. Good start for MaxPax, who is going to take out this Zealot. Oh, no. Doesn't take out the Zealot. What a terrible start. Oh, that wasn't great. Still 28 workers against 29. One worker goes down. Second worker about to fall. Where are the Phoenixes? They're not quite in position. 4, 5, maybe 6, 7, 8, 9. 8 workers get taken out. As this Phoenix is being rallied across the map, needs to immediately pull back. MaxPax almost throwing away his lead there. After clearing 8 workers in the early game. And of course his opponent completely unaware of the follow-up. So we actually see an Oracle coming out right now. That's not what you want. You want a second Stargate at this point. You want an extra gas. But of course herO doesn't know this. herO just built Phoenixes. Like, wait, I haven't seen any Phoenixes as a follow-up. I don't think he's going to follow this up with Phoenixes. What do you have at home, my friend? Well, probably not enough to deal with an Oracle, but this couldn't be further from the truth. MaxPax has plenty to deal with an Oracle. He has a battery in the main. He has a battery in the natural as well. Sure, the battery in the main isn't really helpful against Oracles in the main, but it does help the Phoenixes fight against the Phoenixes. Which is also an important thing here. Second Oracle even on the way. There we go. Phoenix versus Phoenix. This is a very good start here for Max. As he takes out 2 Phoenixes most likely. No, just 1 for now. Oh, we're gonna chase. Probes can be pulled away towards this battery. That means that only 2 or 3 should fall. Not the quickest pullback. But these Phoenixes are actually being cornered right now. Uh-oh. 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 We see more damage being dealt on these flying boys. Salad in the natural dealing some damage as well. And this Oracle is toast. Dark Shrine is on the way right now. This is starting to feel pretty darn bad for herO. Down 8 workers, down in air control. The only thing that MaxPax is lacking is detection, but that sounds like a fixable problem, doesn't it? Double Oracles are on the way right now, moving across the map. Probably want to fake getting Blink at this point, don't you? I think if I were herO, I'd want to fake getting Blink at this point. Now it's too late. You don't want to start it in vision. Uh-oh. This is just game. This is just game. As long as he doesn't let anything in, and he's already full walling here with a second pylon. It's like 3-4 works being taken out. Do you have a recall available? This is going to cost a couple of workers at least. The recall does get utilized. 9, 10, 11, 12 workers go down. Significant damage. Really significant damage. There is a Void Ray coming in. What? That's a misread, isn't it? But with a full wall. Well, actually. Robo on the way. If there's no super battery available, which there isn't. Oh, no. Oh, no. No warp gate either. No super battery. Super battery, 5, 6 energy away. Here we go, Mr. DT. Should just attack the gate, I think. Yeah. Heal. Oracle gets started in the main base. Robo is going to get taken out here. Now, this Oracle will actually probably finish as there's 2 batteries. Lots of probes are going to get killed. This is turning into a really weird type of game. I think in which MaxPax is losing. As long as the DTs remain split. Because herO is just going to clear so many probes here and kill infinite mining time. So that's 1 DT that gets taken out, but it's not the end of the world, right? It's not 1 DT that is dealing the damage. It's 3 DTs. And you can continuously warp in more and more DTs. With a 3rd base on the way, with continuous worker production, this game was unlosable for MaxPax, but he is losing it here. Does kill another DT. Next Revelation, are you available? I think you should be soon. A couple of seconds away. Robotics facility finishing up. 17 workers to 38. Don't forget the counter attack. Oh, that's 2 DTs at once. Sloppy play here. Very sloppy play. 1 DT remains. Within the sounds of silence. Now, there's no units actually at home for herO. But there's no workers here for MaxPax. DT should stop warping in at this point. It's not doing the job anymore. You need to start morphing or sending in stalkers, I think. Like at home. Probably even hide them at this point. Hide stalkers. Hide 1 DT and hide stalkers. Oh, there comes the next one. Yeah, this is a waste of resources. Phoenixes go across the map. More workers are in production. And if you can clear every single stalker, that would be kind of... I guess you can make an Archon and recall. How many workers can you really kill? Like 15, 20? Even if you could kill 30 workers, you're still... No, actually, if you kill 30 workers, it's okay. You have a lot of energy. I don't think you can kill that many workers. There's also still the Oracles that can deal damage, by the way. I really think, yeah, Stalker should be warped in here in a safe location where they can be killed. That's a good call. It's a difficult call to make, but it's a good call. That's a full wall here. 1 Oracle should be sent back home. Not all of them, just 1. Super Battery can heal this as well for a little bit. This is not much of an issue. Stalkers are starting to move back home right now. As these 2 Oracles show up. And yeah, I think this is just game. GG gets called. Wow. herO with the comeback of a lifetime. An unlosable game for MaxPax gets lost because he does not heal his gateway in time against the triple DTs. And that ends up costing him a lot. 2-0 in favor of herO. Game 3 is here on Dragon Skills. Once again, a 1 gate... Well, actually, is this a 1 gate versus 1 gate map? People look at this map and say there's a ramp. This is a 1 gate map, but... Such a huge main base. Possibility for proxy robo blink call-ins is there. I think this... Two gate openers are underrated on this map. It's my personal belief right now. And my personal belief actually matters to me. Really care about that. Oh, Nexus goes down. Beautiful stuff. Gonna go for Nexus into core. Bad start for MaxPax here. Despite this game only being, well, not too old at this point. herO still trying to block a Nexus. That's never gonna come down. At least not for another 20 seconds. Yeah, this is not what you want to see if you're MaxPax. And this is not what you want to see if you're a MaxPax fan either. Because let's face it, you're just down. Your Nexus is going to be delayed. You'll have less gas, which is bad. Oh, herO seems to be playing single gas. What is he doing? Oh, he built a pylon on this side. Gets his own Zealot. Is he gonna finish that? Wow. And then Warp Gate and Stalker. Huh. This is a really cool opener, actually. Warp Gate? I respect the ever-living crap out of this opener. You know that? Just a little bit low in workers, though. I throw down a Cybercore here. That's just game, no? Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Doesn't get it. Poof. Yeah, this feels extremely bad right now for MaxPax still. Because MaxPax is going to be caught here with his pants down a little bit. Adept is going to start taking some damage. Zealot, however, on hero's side is also taking a lot of damage. And the Stalker control isn't perfect as the Zealot gets a couple of big hits in. Uh-oh. Adept in trouble. Second Stalker comes out. Might be capable of just clearing this, though. Yeah, should not be much of an issue. First Stargate unit is on the way and is going to be an Oracle. Second unit in general, or I guess it's the third gateway unit, is going to be a Stalker. This Stalker has taken so much damage. So much damage. That's a huge mistake. I don't think that ever should have happened. This Zealot will stay alive. Battery finishes up. hero's up 2 workers. Has faster Warp Gate. But still needs to defend against the double Oracle threat, which is a real threat. This is not some type of joke, you know? People made up. No, this is a real threat that people die against. So this probe gets spotted. Not sure if MaxPax also spotted. Who's supply blocked, by the way? Doesn't even have a natural yet. Completely supply blocked. 39 out of 39. herO chasing that one probe. This Zealot should die, but perhaps it won't. 4 gate. Okay, this is a 4 gate follow-up with a late second gas. Battery per base. Now I'm interested. I wasn't interested before, but now I am. It feels to me like these builds almost never work. Like double Oracle is just too good and your extra gateways kick in so late, especially if you're building double battery, that you'll just lose worker after worker after worker. Yeah, here we go. It's going to be one. Oh no, that target fire. Still, it's going to be what, 3, 4, 5 workers. Stalkers forced to warp in at home. So what does he really have on the other side of the map? Nothing. You do have 4 gates, that's nice, but there's a Void Ray on the way defensively. Battery gets cancelled. This Void Ray needs to finish. It's very important right now that this Void Ray finishes. Oh my god. Not the 2 Adepts as well. I think herO just threw away a massive lead. He could have played it safe, kept some Stalkers at home, deal with the threat, be up 6, 7, maybe 8 workers, have just a massive advantage as well in Twilight Council timing, have an advantage in third base timing, literally have an advantage in everything except that your opponent has 2 Oracles. But rather than that, he got caught by the 2 Oracles, did not manage to put on any counter pressure, and now it's MaxPax, who's going to have a faster Twilight Council, who's most likely going to be capable of semi-matching his opponent's third base timing as well, as long as MaxPax is aware of what's going on, which he should be fairly soon. Well, actually, is he going to be fairly soon? Not really any scouts out on the map. And what's the gate count? We're only on 2. I mean, Blink just being so much quicker for Max by at least 30 seconds is a kind of a big deal. Is this going to be a Dark Shrine? If this is a Dark Shrine, that would be not a bad call, honestly. I think it would be a fine call even. I'd approve of that. You know what? I would approve of that. Could also just be a gateway though, or a gateway and a Dark Shrine. Could be anything. It's going to be for sure a little bit of a Blink Stalker attack though, out of Max. One Oracle goes down. Surprised seeing herO move on the map, despite him having slower Blink. Guess he wants to fake something here. 2 Adepts moving forward. 4 more Stalkers being warped in on the side of herO. Is this left side? I'm not entirely sure still what this left side is, as that third base gets constructed. Pylon on the right. Can I get a Dark Shrine? What is this pylon for, huh? Build a Dark Shrine, mate. I want to see it. Oracle gets sent into the far right. No Dark Shrine still. Adept almost spots that even. That would have been frustrating. This gateway is gonna be spotted as well. Feels like we're actually getting into a mid-game scenario now. And despite MaxPax being seemingly ahead, I think herO's in an okay position again. Still a little bit behind, but not as far as I thought he would be. And he's getting decent infrastructure as well. He just can't attack right now. I think this is a dream. Control out of MaxPax there was fairly mediocre, that I will admit, but yeah, this is a terrible attack. Look at this. It was even supply before this, and now all of a sudden MaxPax is up, what, 10, 15, almost 20 supply, 18 supply to be exact. He has a forge, he has a robo behind it. This was a bad fight, yeah. It's fairly obvious that was not a viable play. Ooh, Oracle in danger? No, not in danger. Oracle escapes. The only thing that's in danger right now is herO. Dark Shrine finally gets built, but not even on this pylon, just in a random location. Robotics facility finishes up as well. We have practically a full wall that can stop any type of DTs moving in, so MaxPax will feel safe. Only thing he needs is a cannon on the third or some type of detection on this third, and DTs will not bother him at all. We have charge on the way for herO. Still no robotics facility, no cannons, no nothing. No forge either, as these stalkers most likely going to get caught here. Yep, there we go. Next blink is going to clear 2, I think. You see blink cooldown will, yeah. Ooh, just 1. Might actually get another one though. If he would have had any foresight, perhaps could have pushed a stasis in that location. Blink forward, blink forward, blink forward, blink forward, blink forward. No? No? Yes? Maybe? Not so sure about all of that. DTs are going to be warped in on this pylon soon. +1 about to finish up soon as well. It feels to me that herO wants to all-in, but right now he's actually the one that's being all-in into, and he's still dying. That's usually not a very good sign. Once +1 finishes, I think this army is just going to be way too strong here. We have 20 stalkers. And in combination with a super battery, that's a defense. Defense and a half. DTs need to be warped in aggressively. Here comes 1. Uh-oh. Push back, push back. Super battery. No, it's gonna get sniped here within 2 volleys. Oh no. 1 DT gets warped in defensively. That is definitely going to help. It also reveals the Dark Templar. And that was the one bargaining chip that MaxPax still had on his side. Robo gets constructed. This fight went so much worse for MaxPax than I thought, and think it should have. No stasis wards to help out. Zealots going absolutely ham. There is a DT moving into the natural. Why is there no unit in the wall here, despite a robo being on the way? herO knew what was happening. He saw the DT slashing his unit, and now he's still paying the price. He's... this shouldn't happen. This should not have happened. This robo, even in a little bit of trouble here, is out of range of the battery. Will definitely not finish to build an observer. This is awful. This is actually quite bad. herO ruining this game for himself. Feels like the last 3 games. Well, maybe the first game not as much, but definitely last game felt like MaxPax killed himself, and now it feels like herO doing the same exact thing. 14 workers have gone down on the side of MaxPax, while, well, let's face it, MaxPax hasn't killed as much yet. He's now starting to work on those workers. There's a cannon here. This DT doesn't spot the robo on the right side, which could be a big deal if that does end up happening, because there's only a single pylon powering it. DT count is 4. Actually, I think even if that robo goes up at this point, it's pretty much game over. Oh, yo. Super battery gets activated. Big blink forward. Tries to snipe stalker by stalker. Does get some damage, but 71 supply against 106. DT is going to return into this mineral line as, yeah, 21 worker kills. Actually, 38 worker kills total here for MaxPax. The Dark Templar reigns supreme so far in this series. No fort base necessary here for the young Dane. Disruptor on the way. So he's playing it safe. He's like, man, I'm not gonna die against anything stupid. Wants a fort base probably. Yeah, these DTs dealt so much damage. A ridiculous amount of damage just. Nothing that herO can do anymore. He's down in every possible way. Only thing he has more of is zealots. 3 more zealots, but I'm not sure if you're going to be so happy with... Or sorry, 5 more zealots. Not sure if you're going to be happy with that if your opponent has DTs and a disruptor. It's going to be up 2 upgrades soon. Big warping coming in here. Not sure if you want to clear the pylon or the units. MaxPax decided to go for 1 unit and then the pylon. Here comes a disruptor shot. It's not going to hit anything. Almost hits his own zealots. There's no charge at 4 max, but I mean, defensively, this is a no-brainer for him. Absolute no-brainer. Super battery gets activated, and that is going to be it for this game. Score is going to be 2-1 as MaxPax will take his first map here in this best of 5. GG gets called. Beautiful stuff. And here we have on Grassvan herO hiding one of his first probes, while MaxPax once again going for the same opener as on Ancient Cistern. That 1 gate type of expand. It is a very interesting one. It really is. At least to me it's interesting. Must believe that he can hold everything with this, although I'm seriously doubting that. Next pylon is on the way. Could be a fake proxy, of course, but we have a lot of gas mining going on, so it feels like it's going to be something real, or at least something close to being real. Probe moves down into the natural. He'll build an instant nexus. Zealot got cancelled. Stargate will get built behind this. There we go. Stargate. The question is going to be Stalker or Adept. Warp Gate, so most likely going to be a Stalker. That means that he's going to rely purely on probe scouts to deal with the incoming threat. Yeah, it's going to be Stalker. Twilight Council. It's a blink all in. It's one of my favorite builds against this. And it's really good on Grassvan as well. Huge open space. Huge open space. Fantastic. Just a fantastic build all around. Hidden probe. This one is so important for MaxPax right now. This is the only thing that provides any vision, any scouting whatsoever. It can't walk into that Stalker, and it does. Oh no, MaxPax need to run away, need to keep it alive. It is so darn important. There's nothing else on the map that could provide any info here. It's going to open up with an Oracle, which is probably actually the correct call here. It's actually the correct call in my mind, the Oracle. But this is purely luck-based. If this were a 4-gate, MaxPax is dead. 4-gate would start warping in 40 seconds from now, or 30 seconds from now, would hit with 8 Stalkers against what? 2 Stalkers, a battery, and an Oracle that makes its way across the map and will start fighting a battery. Like, this is a huge risk that MaxPax is taking, and it's paying off, but we need to say, yes, this is a risk. This is not some brilliant read that he's making. He's taking a massive risk, and it is accidentally paying off for him. On top of that, herO doesn't even have a battery yet. That is actually a huge mistake. That is also a risky play, and that is not going to pay off for him. This Stalker is not going to be in time to respond to this. 2 Stalkers can be warped in here defensively. Battery just 5-6 seconds too late. That's going to cost him 4 workers at least if MaxPax micros this correctly. And he won't, only gets 3. Still, that is a big disappointment here for herO, who did not want that to happen at all. If you're playing these types of early blink all-ins off of 4 gateways, you need every single probe that you can get. Losing 3 in the early game is highly expensive and is not how you want this to go at all. First Void Ray is out, second Void Ray is on the way. MaxPax must be semi-aware of what's going on. He knows it's going to be Stalker-based, whether that's going to be with a Prism, with a Blink, or just with a 4th gate. Without any extra upgrades, he doesn't know. I think 4-gate can be ruled out, and he should be mentally preparing for Blink right now. Blink finishing up in about 2 seconds, and here we go. The way that herO wants to play this is move in, snipe 1 unit, and blink away. You don't want to blink in yet. You want to start blinking in once you're capable of one-shotting Void Rays, not before that. Third assimilator is on the way, so I think the plan for MaxPax here is to transition into a robotics facility eventually. I wonder if that's going to be after this. Battery on the high ground as well. We have more Stalkers coming in, going up to 12 right now. Not quite capable yet of one-shotting a Void Ray. That's an interesting blink, but an incorrect one as well. This is what I was saying you shouldn't be doing, as right here we had, what? A 1 Stalker trade for 2 Stalkers. That is usually a good trade for the person only losing 1 Stalker. Now there's a Stasis Ward being built, another blink and another mistake. You can't one-shot Void Rays yet with this. This is bad. This is not good. This is how Void Rays kind of want to trade. Yes, the situation looks kind of bad for Mexico. No! You can't do this! No, herO, what are you doing? This is not how you're supposed to play Blink. This is incorrect. This is 100% incorrect. Stalker count practically even right now. Immortal can start. Void Ray got cancelled here. MaxPax wanted to get one, but decided to not. 32 workers to 22. Stalkers are going to get one-shot. This is what you want to do, is try to one-shot Stalkers initially with when you have a lower Stalker count and blink back or blink out completely. Maybe even snipe 1 or 2 probes. So basically free trades that you're taking. And the moment you can one-shot Void Rays, that's what you want to blink in, and not before that. Huge misplays here out of herO. And this is not some subjective rule that I have. I actually think the way that I'm describing it is how the highest level blink all-inners do it. And the highest level blink all-inners aren't necessarily the best pro gamers. Because there are some players that blink all in every single game. They have very good knowledge on how to play these situations. Yes, their micro might not be as good, but their decision making in these situations is solid. I've studied them, and this is what I've kind of come to the conclusion of. Is that initially you want to just shave off initial Stalkers until you can one-shot Void Rays. Void Rays drop like flies once you one-shot them. They're completely useless if they don't have cannon or Immortal backup. And right now, there's going to be Immortal backup. These Immortals have Super Battery backup, and Immortals with Super Battery backup are practically invincible. I don't want to call them Superman, but yeah, fairly close to Superman. Oh, herO with... I don't want to say this was a free win or an unlosable game, because it still would have been difficult to win it, but he threw this one out. Any chance that he had of winning this game is now practically out of the window. 12 Stalkers against 6. Blink forward, snipe Stalkers here, and will take out a couple of Stalkers, which is nice. This was good control. This was actually good control. I appreciate that, but still, kills 3 Stalkers, loses 4 of his own. Or maybe kills 5 Stalkers, loses 4 of his own. Still not a good trade though, because the higher the Immortal count gets here, the worse it's going to get. Batteries are still, well, around plentiful. This could be a good blink in, maybe. Zealot is going to want to activate this. Yes, there goes the Stasis Ward. Moves onto the ramp. Oh, very nice control out of MaxPax. Super Battery not quite available, but this control was fabulous. Absolutely marvelous, the way it's supposed to be. New Immortal on the way as well. Another Stalker gets taken out. herO's actually microing this very well. I thought this game was over, but he still has a... Nah, actually doesn't have a chance, does he? Triple adapts need to be... Yep, blocked. Good call. Don't want to finish that. Next is taking a little bit of damage. Super Battery can be activated. There we go. And one... almost gets taken out. Almost feel like getting a Void Ray behind this isn't so bad. Like Immortal into Void Ray, if you can do that. Because you have triple gas, you can probably almost afford that. New battery being warped in as well, but yeah, 2 Immortals. Just gonna make life so difficult. Needs to be micro back, needs to be micro back. Incorrect control here. Incorrect control. Can we get a Stasis Ward being thrown down? Can we? Oh no. Oh no, I said it was over. But still, maybe? That's close. It's darn close. New Immortal coming out soon. It's the new edition of the Immortal. It's a better one. Yeah. Warps it out on the right side rather than on the inside. Felt like a mistake there, no? 56 supply against 44. 2 units are in Stasis Wards. 5 Stalkers, 1 Sentry against 9 Stalkers, 1 Adept, 1 Zealot. Deciding factor could be the Immortal here, or the batteries that are being built. Extra Stasis Ward gets constructed, and every single Stalker gets caught. Perhaps the saving grace there for MaxPax, as the new Immortal now has time to pop out. Still up 11 workers, can pull more workers. Main base now busy running out for herO, who sends the workers across the map. Goes in for a worker rush, I think, over here. Oi, 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 oi. The boys are being pulled. What is the blink status on these bad boys? They can blink out. That means that 1, 2 force fields, no, second one doesn't get used, are probably going to be good enough. I'm not so sure. I think these probes are going to arrive here, and the battlefield will be filled with the bodies of Stalkers, or herO perhaps will have lost the game already. Blinks forward. The huge blunders here by herO in the early stages of this game. Here comes the probe pool. The final attack, but Super Battery gets activated. The probes get blasted. Try to go in towards the main base. Maybe try to block. It's not going to work here. And that, my dear friends, is actually going to be it. This should have not been like this. It shouldn't have been. MaxPax getting away with murder here in the 4th game, tying up the series 2-2. Weird game there, but also definitely an interesting one. I'm wondering if this is actually MaxPax's strat right now. It's like just the 1 gate expand from the high ground onto the low. This seems extremely flimsy against 4 gate. And even against, honestly, the Blink Stalker rolling we just saw seems very flimsy against that as well. Just have so little money to kind of defend this. And you can't defend with cannons because you don't have an initial wall, so... If you're fighting Blink, you need to eventually get into Immortals, and if that transition gets kind of called out by the Blink all-inning Protoss player, that can just be very difficult to deal with. MaxPax this time not going for a blind second gas yet, so maybe going for a more old-school approach here, where he'll actually get the Nexus after a single gas before the core. It's how he used to play it, except then with a wall on the low ground as well. If anything, Royal Blood feels like an okay map to have a wall. You know, it's not super open. There's a bit of a choke leading into the natural in general. Maybe there's some defensive ideas here that could work that I'm unaware of. We'll have to wait and see what hero's plans are. We'll have to wait and see what MaxPax's plans are. Although it does seem clear to me that he wants to get into a Stargate again. That's his standard majority of the time. Low ground battery here, possible with this pylon as well. So that's enjoyable. But we'll have to wait. Adapt. No warp gate yet. Just straight into Stargate then, or? Hey, skipping the warp gate only makes sense if you're getting a Stargate in this case, right? Yeah. This is an important building to scout here for Max. He's not scouting it so far, but if you see a skipped warp gate, no proxy pylon, this is the exact builder that I would call. It's gonna be like a Nexus before third pylon. This is really good, actually. This is a really nice build. Yeah, super strong economically. Fairly safe, and you can put on some real pressure with your Adept as well, of course. Which is not unimportant. Is this an Adept that is defending this probe? Yeah, it is. Here come the two Adepts of herO. Start working on MaxPax's Adept. Will not quite take it out, but get close. A little bit of supply block here for herO. No, cancels one worker. And it will be fine after all. It's going to be a Phoenix or an Oracle. It's going to be an Oracle. Stalker down here, ready to deal with this garbage. This Adept is going to scout. MaxPax up 4 workers so far. This Oracle needs to deal some damage. Battery on the way in the main base. I see 2 batteries being constructed right now. Oracle timing, fairly similar. I don't think you want to clear this or this Adept, right? Well, maybe you do. You don't want to finish his battery either. It's a bad start here for herO. Really not quite what he wants. Phoenix has a second unit. 30 workers to 26. If herO doesn't kill 4 or 5 workers here, he's actually behind. Needs to kill 4 or 5 workers. Really needs to kill 4 or 5 workers. 1, 2. That's 2. Phoenix out here. If this Oracle dies, that would be bad. Needs to micro better with the Phoenix. He's not microing well with the Phoenix at all. Still gonna get it most likely. At the same time, the stasis ward. No, recall. Doesn't go through. Both players losing their Oracle. MaxPax in a lead right now, worker-wise. Down a Phoenix, though. And is following this up with a Twilight Council. Ooh, okay. Not mining with a bunch of his workers, too. This is good for herO. herO with a superior start here, that's for sure. It's gonna have full confirmation of what's going on with that Adept Shade. Knows what's kicking off right now. Yes, it sucks that he had finished his battery and was forced to kill it pretty much. But triple Phoenixes here are going to be a bit of a threat as well. Could clear a couple more workers. So despite MaxPax being ahead and having slightly faster blink, I'm actually a fan of this position for the packs. Here we go again. Super battery might need to be activated. Yeah, there we go. So cute. Ooh. What are you doing, Mr. Probe? Is he gonna proxy a gate or proxy a dark shrine? How sick would it be if he actually would proxy? Oh, this is not a proxy. This is not a good spot for a dark shrine, though. Got 3 adapts going in. Unlikely story in my mind. Oh. There goes one Phoenix. Don't think a second Phoenix is gonna end up dying here. So you have That's a good trade here for herO. Good trades for herO. Both players going for a Dark Shrine. Not so sure if these Phoenixes saw the Dark Shrine. No, they haven't actually. These Adepts are looking to do some scouting as well. Somehow this pylon does get scouted by herO. herO has map control and does his moving around the map. Immediately throws down a robo. Both players here, by the way. Both players getting a robo right now. Turning into an interesting little dance, that's for sure. MaxPax the only one with Blink, as herO decided to completely skip that. Battery capable, of course, of withstanding just a mere 2 Phoenixes, as these 3 Adepts, perhaps in some trouble, are going to end up shading in. Got our proxy over here, that shouldn't finish. Yeah, it won't. Good call. Nexus on the way. herO slightly faster with that Nexus, but perhaps these Adepts in a bit of trouble still. Nah, don't think you want to finish this still. Right, do you? No. Want to blink forward then. Probably get a couple of kills here. Could at least get one right now. At least, but if MaxPax was aware of his position in the game right now, could have gotten a second one as well. One Phoenix did end up dying there, I think. That's the overall unit count. Yeah, 1 Phoenix left only. So 2 Phoenix gone down total. 2 Adepts moving around towards the left side as double DTs get sent in. Observer is in position to deal with this. MaxPax moves out across the map, has superior Stalker numbers, has Blink against no Blink, but will end up moving back home as he spots something here. Okay, now this is wall. That's a wall. Yeah, that's good. That's very, very solid. Great defense here. Fantastic defense. Also gets these 2 Adepts. DT over here still in trouble, or potentially still in trouble. Double Forge right now coming down. Okay. We're playing some heavy gateway unit, low gas types of style here. Gateway about to finish up. Do we have charge yet? No, for neither player. We have +1 on the way for MaxPax. Should start at +1 armor as well. Yep, there we go. Third base could be on the way. Overall gateway count is in favor of herO, of course. As no, this DT is going to be the end of this push, and otherwise the Immortal would have been the end of the push. So lots of endings to this push. Gate over here is somewhat important. If you can take that out, that would be a nice little start. Ooh, this DT actually walked in. Gonna go for a little stroll in the main base. Take out 4 workers, I'd say. 3, 4, 4, 5. 5 workers, well, that's also fine. 5 more gates. Prism. The funny thing here for MaxPax is that really all he needs to do, I think, is sit back and do nothing. I mean, he's gonna get a massive amount of upgrades over his opponent. He cleared more DTs than his opponent did. He actually dealt damage with his own DTs. He's in not a bad spot. He's actually in a good spot. If he just defends, he's ahead. But then he does need to defend, and that is starting to look pretty dicey here. There's no battery defensively. This is the gateway I was talking about. That's gonna make things a little bit harder in life. Where are your units right now, MaxPax? There's still an Immortal on the way. This Phoenix comes in. Is going to be allowed to pick up this Immortal perhaps? No, yes, no, yes. Cannon starts attacking this Zealot. Stalkers on the side of MaxPax dying at a very, very high speed. One more big warping comes in. But I think this is not looking all that hot here for the packs. Another big blink forward. This base will die no matter what you think, no matter what you say. This base is toast right now. +1 finishing up. Immortals with +1 are good, but 17 Stalkers against 9 Stalkers is better. Third base goes down. And MaxPax forced into retreating into his natural right now. Probably pumping out another Immortal. No, not even yet. As he gets a DT out somewhere and wants to start dealing some damage perhaps. Oh, actually starts dealing some damage here. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3. It's going to be 4 and 5. Maybe even 6. Can we get a 6? Do I see a 6? No, I don't see a 6. I just see 5. No cannon in the main base either. Here comes a recall. Is that an observer or is that Stalkers? That is Stalkers. And that means that this Prism is going to survive just barely. So will the DT. Phoenix on the way for MaxPax. Wait, what? He lost his Forge or... Did he cancel his +1 attack? I think he accidentally canceled his +1 attack. That's not a good move. The +1 attack is more important than the +1 armor, obviously. Probably wanted to cancel one and then accidentally canceled the wrong one. to warp in a couple more units. No battery here either earlier in the defense. That would have helped, but he really was just too far out on the map. Wasn't aware of what was going on his side. Didn't spot the pylon plus the gateway that was over here. And that allowed herO to make this move, basically. That's pain. That's actual pain. Now herO at 141 supply, just waiting to pull the trigger, basically. And I think he can pull it at almost any time. He's gonna perhaps pull it a bit too early, even. We'll clear this Immortal. No, forces a super battery. That's nice. DT comes in towards the natural, but there's a cannon in position. MaxPax will need to run out. Tuck his tail and go. Disruptor on the way for Max. 2 more Zealots come out here and start hitting this Nexus. Here we go, big blink forward, and that, I think, is just there's a couple of these observers out, but by the time MaxPax snipes every single observer, GG gets called. herO wins the game, wins the series as well in a pretty much DT-centric best of 5. An interesting one, some fun games, some less interesting games, but overall happy that I watched this. Thanks all of you so much for watching as well with me and sticking till the very end. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Bye bye.